Hello peeps, happy to see you again today. Today I'm going to create another Lavinia scene, only this time in my background I'm going to be using these Cosmic Shimmer Pixie Bursts. I've got a Firefly Glow, which is a yellowy colour, and I've got Green Jasper, which it looks more like a bluey colour, bluey green I guess that is. And then this one is a Pixie Sparkles called Flirty Sky. That will just add a bit of extra sparkle on top. A little bit more glitter in that one as opposed to just mica. So there for my background. Obviously for that I'm also going to need my water spritzer. Inks for stamping. I've got a selection of colours, may or may not use all. They're all VersaFine Clairs, and I have Fantasia, Tulip Red, Acorn, Fallen Leaves and Rainforest. There's the purple, a red, a green and 2 shades of browns. Okay, and then I've got a little selection of Lavinia stamps to use here. I've got a plan in my mind of what I'm gonna make. As usual, A5 card, 15 centimeters by 21 centimeters. I've got a piece of paper from a paper pad by TaylorMade Journals. This one's called Christmas Plaid. I just like these tiny types of papers. So I'm going to use this dark green one, and that is 14 by 20 centimeters. And my topper is the Creative Expressions watercolor card. It's 290 GSM, and that is 13 by 19 centimeters. Just to get a nice little, enough for a nice little border around. Okay, so let's get started now. I like to spritz. Some people like to put the powder on dry and then spritz. I like to spritz, then put the powder and then spritz again. And the rule being, if you're going to wet one side, wet the back first. This will help to prevent your paper from curling. So I'm just going to give my front a quick spritz, my back should I say, a quick spritz. And then I shall spritz the front, only quite like that. Can't see where it's going, that's it. And then I'm going to put some of my pixie powders on. So I'm going to do the darker colour, which is the Green Jasper, towards the bottom here. Well, you can see it already. It's coming out before I'm even ready for it. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Yeah. Green Jasper. Is there actually any green in there? Give it another quick spritz down there just to liven it up a bit more. And then we have the Firefly Glow, which is a greenish yellow. Let's have a look at what this brings us. Don't want anything too heavy with the colours, but let's get that. Oh, there you go. It gave me a nice big splotch of colour, didn't it? Oh, that's more of a green than a yellow as well, actually, so that fooled me. So, and then I'm going to put some of these Pixie Sparkles on top. Now this is a bit like a very fine, super fine glitter in this. And I just want to put some on the top, just to give me an extra sparkle. There you go. I think now I've probably wet my paper a bit too much, so I'm going to see if I can mop up some of the excess without destroying what's there. There you go. I always end up putting too much water on. It's just one of those things. Unfortunately, I don't want it to be too dark a background anyway, so mop some of that excess water around there as well. I'm gonna add a little bit more of this green jasper. I'll do like the colours that are in this one. If I can get my lid to come off. I do want it a little bit darker at the bottom here, so another quick spritz. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Shame to have to move some of that actually. Don't want it too dark at the top, but I would like it dark at the bottom. So I'm going to let that run down a little bit. I'm liking that. Bring that to this bottom corner. I can mop up the excess that I don't need. And you can see that sparkle going through there as well. I might put a little bit more sparkle on actually, because I've probably wiped some of it off. That's it. Get rid of that. Let's put a bit more sparkle on. Just gives me that little shimmer. You'll see it better. It stands out more once it's dry. Right, so let's just, I'm going to move that out of the way for a minute, wipe up all this mess. I do get myself in a mess, don't I? All part of the fun. Right, let's dry that off because I'm quite liking that background. You can probably see as it dries, you'll see that sparkle coming through. I don't know if you can see it from where you are there, but I will try and show you a close-up. I'm also going to be using my dual metallic pens to brighten up some of the colours that I'm going to be using over the top of the inks I'm using. Yeah, look at that, it's gorgeous. So you can start to see now that, can you see that shimmer on there? That's the excess sparkle. Let's try the back of this as well. If I don't get it dry, I won't be able to stamp on it very well. On the table as well. I really hate how the paper it tends to twist. I hate that it does that. Right, it's got it about as flat as I'm going to get it. Right. So you can see now that gorgeous, you see that shimmer in there from that pixie powders. Beautiful. Right, so Let's get the old stamping platform out. And let's start creating my little scene. Oh, I hate these bloody magnets though. I always manage to snap my fingers in these every time. So I'm going to start off the fairy toadstool. Just feeling a bit dry on the back, so I'll give it a bit of a wipe to dampen it. Otherwise it won't stick to my platform. And I'm going to put that about there, I think. Yep. Bring these magnets together to hold it all in place. And I'm going to stamp the bottom of it in purple and the top in red. So let's do the top first. Right, I'm going to stamp the top bit. Can you, am I on page there? Am I on? Are you seeing what I'm doing? Yeah, just about right now. So I'm going to do this top bit red first of all. Give it time to soak in. And then I'm going to use the purple, this Fantasia, to do the stem and the underneath, and kind of edge the top and a little bit here and there with that. Let's have a look. Lovely. Just gives that mushroom a bit of colour. Okay, so that's my toadstool done. Where have I put my package? Keep that on the package. That's it, toadstool. Right, on top of the toadstool, I want to put my little snail. And I'm going to have his little friend at the bottom, Pippin. Looking up at him, and he wants to come down, and Pippin's trying to give him some courage to come down. I'm going to have him there. And he's going to be looking and thinking, oh, it's a long way down, I don't know if I can do it. What colour shall I do him? I think I'll do him in this acorny colour. Snails are kind of brown, aren't they? And you get all different colour ones, but generally brown. So I want to put him there. Yes, that's lovely. I do like that. I'll probably will paint a little bit of colour on some of these pieces that I've done as well, just to add to it. That's my snail done. Right, little Pippin. There he is. I'm going to have him looking up. And saying, you can do it. do Pippin in brown as well, I think. I'm going to give him a darker edge as well. There's Pippin, isn't there? Pippin just there. You can do it. You can get down. Give him a darker edge. Darker feet. I think that'll do it. Yep. Put Pippin back in his package. And I'm going to add some foliage around there, but before I add the foliage I'm going to ground my mushroom and Pippin because they just like they're floating otherwise. Let's see if I can find a piece of scrap card. That'll do. Right, so I'm going to do that on a bit of a hill like that. For that I'm going to use, I think I've got green on this already, and I think it's probably got enough already loaded in my brush, so I'm not going to apply anything to it. I'll just see where it goes. Yeah, see, I think it's, this is where I've used the colour cloud inks previously, and they're so juicy, they stay in your brush and you don't always need to reload. They're just ready for you to use next time, and that's what I love about them. See that? And then Pippin's ground is going to be further up here. Sitting on a little hill as well as the toadstool, and then just put a bit underneath him there. What's just fell on me? Things are falling down on me now. Gives me the creeps when things like that happen. And Pippin's grounded as well. I'm just going to put a bit more ground up top. Like that. So that's that done. So next time I use that brush I will need to reload. Right, then I'm going to now add some foliage. So I'm going to pull my paper up and away from that edge a little bit. Bring my magnets down a little bit. And I'm going to do this in the Fantasia and green. So I'm going to put some green ones at the back. In fact, I could have done that a bit higher, couldn't I, for the back ones? Yeah. Green ones at the back. I'll do some background ones and foreground ones then, you see. Right. This is the rainforest. I like to have a little bit of foreground, so there's some things, you know, just sort of giving my little hair some coverage. A bit more just there. Okay, and now move that up a little bit more. That clean, so I don't want to contaminate my inks. Not that on the pads anyway. And I'm going to do the same again, pretty much. But this time I'm going to do them in the Fantasia. A little bit darker, just for a little bit of contrast. Ah, beautiful. That looks lovely. Do them in different directions as well to make it look like it's swaying. It just gives that extra bit of depth. I have some going over Pippin. Last a little bit more, and we'll have that one up there going in that direction. Oops, smart that off there. There. Looks much nicer, a mixture of colour, doing it in two different colours. Now I didn't pull anything out for the top, so I'm wondering if maybe put some of the, just a little bit of this at the top, just a little few dangles maybe, not the really grassy bit, just a bit in the corners I think. A little bit along the top I suppose, but put that up there, support my paper. Yeah, in the green I think. Not in the purple. Keep this one light. Yeah, I think that's okay. To do on this side, I've got my Courage stamp, actually I think it's called Keeping Faith stamp. I want to use that just to stamp some words of encouragement. So I'm keeping this light just here. Perhaps a bit too light, but let's see. Let's bring that across there a little bit. And bring that down to there. Tap it gently so it's not too dark. There. Excuse my phone making that racket. Blinking suspected spam. Does get it on your nerves, doesn't it? Hope that didn't cause too many problems for you guys. Right, so I've got this stamp called Keeping Faith, and it's got all kinds of lovely words on it. Selfless, courage, unite, spirit, commitment, motivation, faith, gratitude, share, compassion, inspire, heal, loads and loads. Lovely, inspiring words. I'm just going to use this. I'm just going to add some words. Just here and there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a piece of paper or something. Anything will do, bit of scrap. That will do. Stamp it on first because I don't want it to be too prominent. I want it second generation. See, that'll be very dark. So I'm just going to stamp it on there first. That gives me second generation ink, then it won't be quite so dark. I just want to put it just down this one edge. I'll do the same just here. Over this way a bit more, I don't want it to cover everything. And I'll do the same again. I'll use the second generation. Stamp that off down there. Put that out of the way and stamp it second generation. Just for a little bit of extra texture in the background. I think that looks lovely with a bit of word in here and there. Might even do some at the top there. I think, in fact, I will. Let me get rid of that dark patch. I don't want to stamp that on my... And I'm going to go about there with it. Again, second generation. Take that out. There. Gives me a bit of extra texture in my background. And you can clearly see the word courage up in the corner there, so that's good. Encouraging my snail to come down. That one's a sticky stamp, couldn't get it off. Okay. So now I'm just going to take that off there. I haven't lost any of my pixie sparkles, it's all still there. The stamps goes right over it. I'm going to add a little bit of colour. I think, actually I won't use paints, I'll use my pens. I'm going to use some pink and some golden red and what colour should I do that mushroom? I think I'll leave them centre bits white if my white will work. Right, okay. So I want my little snail. I'm just going to do this in dots because I don't want him completely covered. And then I'm just going to do some of these bits because I want some of the white to remain. But I want him to be nice and sparkly because he's a special snail. He's a Lavinia pixie snail. There. See how he's that lovely colour now, look. Golden red on there. And then I'm going to just go around this mushroom where it still shows red in this lovely pinky red. Like that. In fact, I'm going to get the other flat gold, that's just plain gold, and I'm going to do these bits in gold, and then the outer circle, the outer rings. I'll see if I can get any white ink to work on that. If it does, it does, it don't, it don't. And then I'm just going to do these bits underneath in gold. Like that. Lovely. I'm going to put a few speckles of gold down there, and I'm going to follow these lines. Where I normally do white pen, I'm doing them in gold. Like that. See if this white will work. No, it's not really doing a lot, is it? Just adding a little bit of whiteness around them, but not a lot, not enough that to scream out. Still yet to find a decent white pen. A little bit of highlight around our little pixie hair. Bit on his feet. A little bit on our snail. Like that. And I'm going to use this pinky red again, and I'm just going to put a little bit on top of some of these flowers. Just to give it a little bit of colour. So the flower heads have got something. There you go. It's beautiful. A little courage. Yes, the other words are just there in the background. Just when I want to do an edge, do something around the edge. I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to use my corner rounder, the most round one, R10mm, and set my corners off, just because I can. And then, oh, that goes well with that plaid actually. Good colour choice. So, using my Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue. This is fantastic glue. I do like this glue. Those pixie powders are also Cosmic Shimmer from Creative Expressions. I do love Cosmic Shimmer products. They do some fantastic products. As I'm sure by now you guys are getting quite aware of that. As I have to use them as a design team member. They have actually become my go-to now, because I do love the products. So I learnt well there. Right, let's just that's it, flatten that down on there. So I want to make sure that edge sticks down. Trouble with when you use water, it does crinkle your paper a bit, and I'd hate it when it crinkles and doesn't stick the edges down. I like my edges to be firm down. That's got it, I think. This is an easy glue to use as well because it's pretty much flat. There's not too much squeezing involved. Like my glue gun as well, which you've seen before. That's really good as well for anybody with problems squeezing bottles. The trigger effect is brilliant. So I've got my choices of things to use. And there, a beautiful Lavinia card. Don't think it needs anything else. I hope you enjoyed this little demo of Pippin encouraging his friend down, or even just saying hello. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.